So we are on the new topic of graphs, which tells us about plotting the curves. Okay. So we are already knowing that we have got linear equations, right? We got linear equations. Linear equations are the ones which, when plotted on the graph, represent a line. So what is the difference between a line and a curve? Line can be drawn if I get 2 points. If I just get 2 points, I can just stretch a line and it will be formed. And I can just go on extending it because the slope of the line never changes. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Wherever you go on this line, the slope will remain the same. That's why it is easier and we just need 2 points to plot a line entirely. But there's a difference when you come and talk about the curves. The curve will never have a single gradient. What does that mean? So suppose I consider the gradient over here, the gradient over here, the gradient over here, the gradient over here, gradient over here. This was one single curve, but the gradient at each and every point was different. And therefore, it is not a line. And because it is not a line, it cannot be represented by a linear equation. What is a linear equation? An equation when I write 4x plus 3y is equal to 0, the power of the variable, the maximum power of each and every term of the variable is going to be 1. They are going to be first degree equations. What degree? First degree equations. So these are called as linear equations because they have got the power 1. What happens in a curve? In curve, the maximum power of a particular term, like see, this is a term, this is also a term. What is the power of this term? It is x raised to 1. But we also have one term which is having a power of x raised to 2. So the maximum power of this entire equation comes out to be as 2, and hence it is called as a second degree equation. And this will not represent a straight line on the graph. Am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
So whenever the degree of the variable is greater than 1, it will not be a straight line. And because it is not a straight line, it should be most of the time a curve. And there are other types of curves, like you have maximum power of 2. So this will be called as a second degree curve, or it is also called as a quadratic curve. What curve? Quadratic curve. Sir, what if we have a power 3? Yeah, that is also valid. It is a third degree curve, and it is no more a quadratic but a cubic curve. It is called as a cubic curve. Why? Because the power is 3, sir. Okay. What else can we say? The other important thing that you understand from the power is when I say first degree curve, second degree curve, third degree curve, what is the mistake I'm doing? First degree curve nahi hota, sir. Okay? First degree ka koi curve nahi hota. What is one more thing that I understand is if I have got this x-axis and y-axis available, the first degree curve will only cut the x-axis once over here. If I have a second degree curve, what kind of a curve? Second degree curve. And this is my x and y axis. The second degree curve will cut the x axis twice. Do you get me? Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what is the difference between a first degree curve and a second degree curve? One more difference. Sir, what about the third degree? Third degree will cut the x axis thrice, 1, 2, and 3. That is why we will have 3 answers. You must have seen whenever you're solving a linear equation, you get x is equal to something that is only once. But जब भी आप quadratic equation solve करते हो तो आपके x की 2 value मिलती है. What does that 2 values represent? The points where they are cutting the x-axis. When you solve a quadratic nahi but cubic curve, that time you will get x ki 3 values, 1, 2, and 3. That represents that the x-axis has been cut at 3 different points. Am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
Am I making sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So these are the major things that you have to understand as a basics before getting into what is plotting the curve. Now, the entire syllabus which is available to you in igcse is clear and crystal clear to you what is going to happen in a curve. Now, just look at the diagram which is given on the right hand side over here. What kind of a curve it is without looking at this pattern. I'm just clearing out this thing. You don't know what it is, but you can still tell me what kind of a curve it is. Which axis is it cutting
Sir,
twice?
second degree.
It is a second degree curve. But which axis it is cutting twice?
X.
X-axis.
X. So the equation will be y is equal to something x square, something, something, something. ऐसा होने वाला है sir. Do you get me?
Yes, sir.
Now let me just change the situation for you. Now, how easy it is to, get it. Now see, we forget about this diagram. We just forget about this diagram. We'll take some fresh diagram. I'm making this fresh diagram, okay, over here. Now you will tell me, this is my y-axis, this is my x-axis, and I have a curve like this. How many time is it cutting x-axis? Can you tell me? It is cutting the x-axis only once. But
One.
how many time is it cutting the y-axis? One and two,
Twice.
right?
Two times.
Two times. So the equation for such a curve which is cutting the y-axis twice will be x is equal to y square, ding, 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 something, something. Sir, I don't know what. Do you get me? Did you understand how the variables have changed? Why did we get y square, sir? Because the curve is going to cut the y-axis twice. Therefore, y ke upar 2 lagao, sir. Do you get me?
So this is
Yes.
also second degree
Yes,
curve.
this is also a second degree curve. But sir, equation में y के ऊपर 2 लगेगा क्योंकि वो y एक्सिस को 2 टाइम्स काट रही है. डू यू गेट मी? आर यू गेटिंग मी?
Yes.
सो द कर्व इज कटिंग विच एक्सिस ट्वाइस? y एक्सिस ट्वाइस. सो y के ऊपर आपको 2 लिखना है, ना कि x के ऊपर. इज इट क्लियर? So
Yes.
majority of the time in your igcse they will show you that x axis is being cut twice or thrice, but that doesn't rule out the point that you have to know this also. If I am an examiner, I'll definitely ask such a question to check if you know this kind of a concept. Okay? Does it make sense?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
This thing which you have learned right now will help you till your masters. If you're going to engineering, you are the king of graphs. You know a lot of functions. You understand what is happening in the function. Clear? So this was a bazooka movement. Chalo, next. Let's move on. Now, sir, we understood what is the structure of the graph. Now, can you tell us how to plot a graph? Okay, we can plot a graph, definitely. Sir, how to plot? It is similar to the plotting of a line, right? What do we do in a line? We take x, we write y, and we then write x comma y. We make a table, right? We make a table. और जो भी लाइन का इक्वेशन है 3x is equal to 4y, वो ऊपर लिख देते हैं ऐसे. And now we take values of x. Sir, x की वैल्यू क्या लूँ? 0. तो y क्या होगा? 0. सर x की वैल्यू 1 ले लो, 1. तो y की वैल्यू क्या होगी? 3/4. How did you get it? Just substitute the values of x, whatever you're taking. If you're taking 0, put 0 in the equation and get y and write it over here. If you're taking 1, put it into the equation. You will get 3 into 1 is equal to 4y. Sir, y is equal to 3/4. Just write it over here. So what are the points? 0, comma 0 and 1, comma 3/4. These are the points to be plotted. You will plot it and make a line. Do you
Sir,
get
how
it?
do we plot 3/4?
3/4 is nothing but 0.75. Get it on your calci and put it into decimals. तो ये अगर 1 है तो ये 0.75 होगा ना approximately. Got it?
Yes.
So this is how you will go about. And what do you do in the curves? You do the same thing. You take different values of x, -3, -2, -1, and put it into the equation. Equation में डाल के y calculate करो. Whatever you get as a y, just put it there. Do you get me? यू गेट मी? उन्होंने क्या किया पता है, पूरा का पूरा इक्वेशन सॉल्व करके बताया. अगर x is -3 तो what will be 2x square? 18. What will be x minus 3? What will be minus 6? It will remain minus 6. Add everything. 18 minus 3 minus 6. Answer is 9. So y is equal to 9. When you are doing it, you don't have to do it like this. You can directly do it. You can directly write y is equal to 2x square plus x minus 6. I am just going to plot it like this. Simple. X, y. Okay. What is x? I want to take x as 1. Put x as 1, sir. 2 into 1 square plus 1 minus 6. What is the answer? Please tell me. What is the answer? Y equal to what? When I take x as 1, 2 into 1 square is 2. What is plus 1? 3 minus 6. So it's going to be minus 3. I'll just put y ke jagah pe minus 3. And what is the plot that you're going to take? X comma y. So it will be 1 comma minus 3. So I will go and plot 1 comma minus 3. Where is 1 comma minus 3? Somewhere over here. This is my first point. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it making sense? Now take 2. So let's take 0. X is equal to 0. So y will be 0, 0, minus 6. Let's take x as 1. What will be y now? Sorry, minus 1. If I take it as minus 1, what will be y? Minus 7 plus 2, minus 5. So these will be the points that you will get. So we'll get minus 0 comma minus 6, which is plotted over here. Minus 1 comma minus 5, which is plotted over here, and other values you'll get. So you'll have to minimum get somewhere around 6 to 7 values to make a very good curve available. Do you get me? Are you
Yes.
getting me? Okay. Sir, how do you come to know whether you have to take 6 values, 5 values? They will most probably give you into the question only. वो लोग ऐसा बताएंगे आपको कि plot this curve for the values of x which is between -3 and 3. So you understand you have to take -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3 because it is less than equal to or more than equal to. So we know कि x की value 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 values लेनी और 7 values calculate करनी. Do you get me? समझा?
Yes.
And then when you get the curve, then you just try to smoothly connect it. You just try to connect the curve. Okay, this is again a tricky part. You should know how to connect it well. You just cannot go random. You have to have a very steady hand and you have to plot it. And very nicely you have to draw the line. Once you have got, you have to draw it very lightly. Lightly, you just take a light stretch of the pencil and then make it darker. After writing it, you always write the equation at the edge, like y is equal to 2x square. The proper format would be normally like writing it like this: y is equal to 2x square plus x minus 6. This is how you write the equation of that particular curve. Because there will be questions wherein you will be given a curve and a line. So you have to define the line also. Okay, this is 2x plus 3y equal to 5. This is the line. I'm taking it a random line. So this is a line and this is a curve. The equation of both has to be there on the graph. So remember this whenever you are asked to plot. These all things can have got marks. Am I making sense till now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, whenever we write y is equal to x square x plus 6 or something like this entirely is something in x. Isn't it? It's something in x, right or wrong? Isn't it x? X का कुछ तो भी सर इक्वेशन बनाया आपने, right or wrong?
Yes.
Diya, where are you?
Right.
So y is equal to f of x, function of x. This entire thing which is inside x square plus x plus 6 is called as a function. Function of which variable? Sir, x as a variable. So therefore, f of x is also equal to x square plus x plus 6. This can be interchangeably written. y and fx can be interchangeably written like this. Do you get it? What does function of x mean? F of x means what? An equation part which has got all the variables as x only, which I can also say y is equal to f of x. Right or wrong? Does
Yes.
it make sense? So this is one
Yes.
notation. We'll learn this in detail when we learn functions as a chapter. But now that we are learning about graphs, so thoda bahut iska introduction is needed. Let's move forward. So there are certain graphs which we have to plot, like y is equal to x square plus 2x, for the values of x between -3 and 3. What are the values of x to be used? -3 to 3. Matlab -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. We'll have to plot all of them. Yes, we'll have to plot all of them, and we also have to find what is the value of y. That is where we will be able to plot the points. Okay, so I'll make a stretch over here. I'll make all the values. Let's put your calci on, everyone. Afan, what is your calci doing right now?
Sir, I have got the values.
Okay, what are the values for -3?
3 I got.
Okay, so let me start the Desmos desk, and you tell me the values, I'll put it. So what is a curve like? Y is equal to x square, right? X square plus.
Plus 2x.
So this is what we are going to get. Now let's check for -3 comma. On the x-axis it is -3, right?
Yes.
So find where is -3 for us on the x-axis, please. This is -3. What did you get?
3.
Is it coming out?
Yes.
Okay. -3 comma 3. Next value -2 comma
0.
0. So see -2 comma 0. That's the point. What is the next point?
-1 comma
-1 comma 1.
-1.
-1 comma -1. फिर 0 comma 0.
Yes. 1 comma 3.
है ना? So then we have 1 comma 3. This one, this point. Then 2 comma
2 comma 8.
2 comma 8. Can you see 2 comma 8? It is coming over here, right? So this is how you can check. This is how you can check whether you're going right or wrong in this case of plotting the graph. Clear? Dia, are you getting it? Dia, are you getting?
Yes.
Hmm. Similarly, can you plot this one? Y is equal to x square minus 3x. Just find out all the values of y for x is equal to -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. And then just try to plot it on the graph. Clear? Let me just show you how to solve the 15th question now. Can you see 15th is a bit different, sir? What is the answer over here? They're using the word f of x. What are they using? F of x is equal to 3 plus 3x minus x square. Can you plot such a thing? Can you plot such a thing?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What you will do is you will just say y is equal to 3 plus 3x minus x square instead of f of x. We are considering f of x as y. And then just try to plot what is the value of x with respect to -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. यहाँ पे थोड़ा रेंज बढ़ा दिया है इन्होंने, फ्रॉम -2 to 5 दिया है. You have to calculate for each values and then just get your answers for y and plot them.
Sir, I
After
got
plotting,
-7.
that's okay. Whatever you get, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have to calculate 8 values and you will have to plot them as well. So it is not about getting the value, it is about plotting. You have to plot it on the graph. Do you get me? Are you getting me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's your homework. I think we'll stop over here for this part. We'll go forward on next part of explanation. You can do this exercise as homework and let me know if you get stuck. Check on the Desmos for the answers. So they are given a solved example for the next part. Let's see what they are talking about. So draw the graph of y is equal to 12 upon x plus x minus 6. Tell me if this is a linear equation or a curve. First degree equation or second degree equation? What kind of an equation is this?
First degree equation.
Yeah, that is the first mistake that you will do always. This is not a first degree equation. Why? Are they in the numerator? No. One of the variable is in the denominator. Are you getting it?
Yes.
One of the variable is in the denominator. Hence, this is no more a linear equation. It has converted to a quadratic equation. And it is a thoda sa difficult quadratic equation. So let's do what? Let's do the process. Let's finalize what is the value of y for all the values between 1 and 8. So you'll have to plot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you go on plotting them, this is the curve you should be getting. This is the curve you
Sir,
will be getting. Yes, tell me.
in plotting, I had a doubt. So
Yes.
last time, there was this one time when I was plotting with Gopi sir, and so when we plot the points, so I take it from point to point. So he
Hmm.
said that when I do it on the board paper, it won't be counted. Like it has to be one single. That even the that point shouldn't be seen. It should be covered basically in the line.
The point should be covered.
Like if I draw the line,
Uh,
the point should be covered. Like the
so
outer part can be seen.
what you used to do is like this, and then the line goes like this. This is what you're saying, is it?
No, no, no. Like suppose there are 2 points, and then I take it from one. Like there are 4, 5 points together, and then I
Hmm.
take it from 1 to 2, then 2 to 3, like that. I don't. So
Yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
taking it together.
Got it, got it, got it. What you're trying to say, I got it. So when you're drawing a curve like this, समझो ऐसा है, तो पहले आपने ऐसे बना दिया, फिर ऐसे कर दिया, फिर ऐसे कर दिया. This is wrong. Is this a curve? Tell me. Can you say
No.
it is a curve? No, it is not a curve. So you cannot do this. कि पहले ये point से ये point line बना दी, फिर ये point कर दी. Now, first of all, you will have to plot all the points. Now that you've plotted all the points, you have to connect. हल्की पेंसिल एकदम लाइटली यूज करके आपको सारे के सारे पॉइंट्स को कनेक्ट करना है. डू यू गेट मी? आपको क्या करना है, समझ रहा है?
Yes.
हल्के से इसको पकड़ के ऐसे ज्वाइन करते जाना है. You have to try and join and connect all the points. Clear? You cannot just make lines. कि पहले मैंने यहां से यहां बना दिया, फिर मैं वहां से वहां बनाऊंगी. No, that's wrong. You can't do
Okay.
that. Otherwise, it creates a break. And a curve is not a broken line. Okay? So that would be wrong. Clear with this? Clear with this area?
Yes, sir.
Now something important which we are going to learn. Now use the graph to find approximately the values for minimum. Oops, what is this? Hold on. I think I clicked my mouse. Hold on. So now this is the beauty of plotting the curves. A lot of times you will see that you have to plot curves for a lot of relationships. Okay. When you plot these relationships, what happens is you have to find out what is the minimum value and the maximum value. So they're asking you to find the minimum value of this curve. What is the minimum value? You have to find out. Then they're also asking you to find out what is the value of 12 by x plus x minus 6 when x is equal to 2.25. So basically they are telling you to find when x is 2.25, उसको substitute करो इसके अंदर और हमको ये बताओ कि y की वैल्यू क्या आई. Can you do it? Let's do it now. Put x is equal to 2.25. Please find out this value. 12 divided by 12, 2.25 plus 2.25 minus 6. What is the answer on your calci?
1.58.
1.58. This is the value of the curve when x is 2.25. मतलब ये क्या हो गया? ये वो पॉइंट है जहां पे 2.25, 1.58 प्लॉटेड होगा. ठीक है? This is that point. 2.25, 1.58 कुछ वैल्यू इधर आएगी ऐसे. Clear? This one, this point. So this is how you find out the part B. The gradient of the tangent to the curve drawn at point x equal to 5. I told you in the explanation itself, हर point पे tangent या gradient जो होता है वो अलग अलग होता है. Right or wrong? हर point पे tangent जो है या gradient जो है वो अलग अलग रहता है. Tangent and gradient are two different things. We cannot use them interchangeably. But what if you want to find the gradient of a curve? सर आपने तो बोला कर्व में हर जगह पे अलग अलग रहता है. तो हम लोग अगर आपको फाइंड भी करना है तो ग्रेडियंट कैसे फाइंड करेंगे? So the way to find a gradient is, suppose I am finding the gradient at this point. So I will draw a tangent at that point. What is a tangent? A tangent is a line which touches the curve at only one point. And that point is under observation. So suppose I am saying I want the tangent at this point. So I'll make a line which is just touching the curve at that point and go. And now this is a straight line. इसका rise upon run कर दो. है ना? Can you find the gradient of this line which is a tangent? Afan?
Yes, sir.
Can you find the gradient of the tangent? Yes. Just find out the gradient of the tangent and you have got the slope of the curve at that point. Sir, नहीं मुझे इधर का नहीं इधर का ढूंढना है. Okay. Make a tangent at that point and find out what is rise upon run for this part. Clear? Are you getting it? So for a curve, you can have multiple gradients. And to find out a gradient in a curve, you will do the following process. To find gradient of curve. Point 1, select a point. इन्होंने बता दिया है. What is the point? Find the gradient at x is equal to 5. Where is x equal to 5, sir? ये point है. Okay. After selecting the point, draw a tangent at that point. ठीक है? तो उसी पॉइंट से पास होता हुआ एक tangent बना दो. ये जो डॉटेड लाइन बनाई हुई है ना आपके यहाँ पे, ये ब्लैक कलर की डॉटेड लाइन, that is your tangent. Okay. Now that you made the tangent, find the gradient of tangent. Sir, how to find? Using triangle method. क्योंकि ये ग्राफ है और उन्होंने सब कुछ बताया है, तो आपको ये ट्राइंगल मेथड यूज करना है. तो ये पूरा ट्राइंगल उधर बना के दिखाओ तो उनको समझे अच्छा आपने ये किया है. तो यू हैव टू यूज द ट्राइंगल मेथड. You have to show that it is a triangle method. Am I clear? Am I clear? What are the steps to do? How to find a gradient of a curve? Select
Yes.
a point where you are finding the gradient. Point 2 is draw a tangent at that point. Finally, find the gradient of the tangent using triangle method. whatever the answer you have got at that point is the gradient of the curve at that point. Make sense? These questions will fetch you somewhere around 2 to 3 marks in your papers, especially your paper 4s. Okay? Most probably this is a part of your paper 4. Clear with this, both of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is one part, finding the gradient of a curve. Very easy, but a bit tricky at times. Next. Now tell me, what is the point where it is a minimum? Now see, यहाँ पे था तो बहुत ऊपर था ये. What was the value of y over here? 7. What is the y का value over here? 3.5. What is the value over here? 2. What is the value over here? 1. इससे भी एक पॉइंट सर नीचे है सर, ये यहाँ पे. हाँ, उसके बाद जितनी भी वैल्यू है सब उसके ऊपर है. You get me? y की वैल्यू, ये जो पूरा आंसर है ना, उसकी जितनी भी वैल्यू है 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.875, 1, 2, 3, 4, and again it went up. So what is the minimum value that it achieved during its plotting? What is the minimum value it achieved during its plotting is called as a minimum value. यहाँ पे ये वाला point. What is this? What is this? Minimum value. Does it make sense to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, sir, फिर क्या करूँ? Okay. Now what you will do is, ये पता चल गया ना minimum point है या minimum value का point है. अब पता करो कि ये x कौन सी वैल्यू पे आया? सर 3.5 पे आया. Okay. हमको ये पता है कि x जब 3.5 था, when x was 3.5, that time I am receiving the minimum value. So just substitute y is equal to 3.5. 12 divided by 3.5 plus 3.5 minus 6. What is the answer? Please get me. What is the answer?
0.92.
0.92. So 0.92 is the minimum value that the curve has achieved when it came to its minimum point, or you can say when it just changed its direction again. देखो पहले पॉजिटिव से नेगेटिव नीचे आ रहा था, नीचे आ रहा था, नीचे आ रहा था, यहां से घूम गया. ठीक है, यहां से घूम गया, तो इसलिए ये पॉइंट जो है वो मिनिमम पॉइंट बना. दिस इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज अ टर्निंग पॉइंट. व्हाट पॉइंट? Turning point. What is this? For a quadratic curve, minimum या maximum can also be a turning point. क्योंकि यहां से कर्व ने टर्न ले लिया, पहले नीचे आ रहा था, नीचे आ रहा था, नीचे आ रहा था, अब ऊपर जा रहा है, ऊपर जा रहा है, ऊपर जा रहा है. ये मिनिमम वैल्यू टच की उसने. ठीक है, दिस इज अ कॉन्सेप्ट व्हिच विल सी इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास. For today, this is enough. Did you get how to
Yes.
find the tangent and how to find the minimum value? Same you can go for this. This is a curve. So this has achieved a maximum value at this point. And then it has gone down again. Just calculate what is the x value and then put in the equation and find out the y value. You will get what is the maximum value of such a curve. Clear? So maxima and minima is what you can find out over here in the curves as well. There is one more process which we will be learning in the next class. So now that you have understood this, you can solve exercise 8 as well. Clear? There'll be some parts wherein you will get stuck, but wait for me to solve that parts. Doesn't matter. You can solve exercise 8 and 7 and you can get back to me with your doubts.